It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Tonight, let us make them remember we are not afraid!
Yeah. I'm not afraid to show my bald head. My bald head. You know, I trimmed it really close this weekend. We had family over and so on. We're just having a good time and just got out the clippers. I needed a haircut. Didn't have time to. Just give me that thing. Put it on a length of, yeah, that's good. Boom, and went. And I'm like, dang, I don't know what surprised me more, my bald head or all the gray hair. You know, well, I earned both. Thank you very much. So, oh, here you go. Wait. I hide it like that. I do it like that. And then, there we go. Okay, yeah, those of you watch it. All right, now, what I wanted to do today is, first thing I wanted to do is there's so much stuff. I tell you how busy we are is Thursday and Friday, I'm going to select some repeats for you. I'll talk to Ian. We'll get all loaded up for you. And it'll be very, we had a lot of great shows over this last month. I mean, they're always great shows. But I mean, a lot of really timely people that come on and tell us what's what around the world. Now, what we're going to be doing in the second hour is we have Kathleen McLellan, and she's going to be talking about the New Yorker had an article, Damning Investigation of NSA Whistleblower Case, Thomas Drake. Now, she is Homeland Security and Human Rights Counsel. She works on behalf of Jesselyn Radack on her daily blog, Jesselyn Radack at Daily Kos. Now, Daily Kos is, you know, it's interesting, you know, during the war days of the Bush administration, that they were a good source for a lot of stuff being critical of the Bush administration. The Obama administration, they were kind of slow on the uptake. But, you know, what happened, I could see it. Those have been, you know, it's just people that have institutional knowledge. You've been around long enough paying attention, you kind of see how this works. What happened is the Obama administration, they came in on the coattails of all these bloggers and so on that were being kind of managed by this move on thing. You know, it was a, you know, collective force of, they're just the other side of the military industrial, we rule you camp, okay? And what they did is they brought in all these bloggers, and I saw it happen at the Camp Casey Sheehan thing. And, you know, from her inside perspective and talking to her and interviewing her and having been there and watched a lot of this stuff happen, I could see what was going on. They collectivize all of these different groups, and then they control them. When Obama gets in, they're thinking that, hey, man, we're going to get White House correspondent badges. You know, we're going to be in and do and kind of, no, heck no. And it takes a year or two before they start to realize, you on the outs, boy. They don't need you no more. So just, you know, go away. So what they do is it starts to free themselves a little bit more, and they're more critical of different things, even this administration will do. So that's one thing that we're going to be bringing up today. I'm going to talk and say, all right, tell me how this relationship thing works, you know, this Daily Kos deal. So we'll see how much of that will be admitted to, but I already know. And then there's a lot of other stuff going on, but this week, Thursday and Friday, I just have to take off because Sierra and I are putting the magazine together, and it's coming together with this weekend's deadline. We're talking about deadline, get it all done. Everybody's coming in. We're putting it together, so we're getting a lot of articles coming in. The whole point of this digital tablet magazine is the ability to interface this new media along with Freedom's Phoenix. Fortunately, we had thought about this years ago. In 2004, we had already done something similar using enhanced PDFs with the newspaper that we did, Western Libertarian Alliance. Well, what we've done is we've been able to interface to full use as time has gone on with Freedom's Phoenix and digital media that in the form of a magazine. But I tell you, the way this industry has been going, it's already obvious to me what they're trying to do. They wanted the iTunes model. They wanted everything to go through either software providers like Adobe, digital publishing organizations and groups that, like Adobe, and there's others, but Adobe's trying to really cash in on this. And then you have everything that you put must go through someone else's server. And I'm like, no. Because what happens? Well, it's like YouTube. Flip, all of a sudden, anything that had anything to do with anything that they didn't want you gone. It's whether it had, little pieces of music in it, or they just don't like Alex Jones, or, Restore the Republic was being too whatever the heck. I have no idea. The only time that we've ever been cut off was our Arabic version of our Twitter account. It hit like 2,300 people in Arabia real quick, and all of a sudden, you're suspended. And I'm like, man, and I was thinking I might not be having the effect I wanted until you did that. Thank you. So we just restarted it again. We're back up, so we're good. But the thing is that, to have someone else responsible for being able to just flip a switch and delete content or access to content because you put it on their servers. I give you Facebook, YouTube, all these. So what we've done is taken more time, and it's not free, man. I mean, it takes a lot of work for us to do this stuff, and we're just a small group. We got, Tiger Gilbert, man. He's an old guy. Man, he's almost 60. He's been doing internet back in the day. So fortunately, instead of having to use modules and widgets and all that kind of stuff, he can do original code. That's one of the advantages. Maybe a disadvantage a lot of people will see. But one of the advantages is, of course, then they never can hack it either, man. And they're just like, what the heck is this spaghetti code? But what happens is we've been able to customize everything, and we keep all our stuff on our server. So we are not going to be using their readers. More open source stuff. It may be work a little bit differently. We have instructions and everything on it, but just flip the page, hyperlinks work, embed video, do all the stuff, but it's from our server, and it goes straight to your iPad or your Zoom or your smartphone in a 2 to 10 megabyte file. That's yours. Now, you're going to be able to forward it and send it too, as part of a subscription package thing that we'll have on Freedom's Phoenix, give you a bunch of other stuff. So how do we do that? How do you charge or subscribe to it? We're kind of this open source kind of thing anyway. Well, what we do is when you download the file, it'll embed a label on the front page, on the cover, that would be like a mailing label. Now we're contemplating, we have meetings over the next couple of days to discuss how we're going to do this, and you might want to have some input and send me an email. Publisher@freedoms with an S, freedomsphoenix.com. Publisher@freedomsphoenix.com, because let me tell you what the options are. I can either make it an encrypted file, and you can't, you never, and I know all you guys, you're going, yeah, Ernie? Well, guess what? We'll unencrypt and we'll do whatever, and I already know better. So I'm not going to do it that way. But what we'll do is we'll embed on the front, it'll have your name. This issue, this copy purchased by fill in the blank. Do we put your name or do we put your email? What if we just put your email on there? And you send it around. Okay, fine, cool. Maybe you want to just send it to your friends or something, but then they'll send it out and they'll be spamming your email. So maybe not. Maybe we won't do that. So we'll just, we'll put your name, and they'll say, this issue purchased by, courtesy of so-and-so that purchased this and subscribe here. And then we just have, a link that you could subscribe and get your own copy and pay, because then how much do we do? All right. Do we go, kind of what's floating around looks like $50 a year. So, $5 a month or something. But you get all kinds of stuff that, back room inside, before anybody else knows, kind of insider stuff. And the magazine and access to all our archives on all the different things that we do. And there's all kinds of things that we're going to do. But, and one other thing, a custom module. We've had it for a couple of years. Now, we haven't really promoted it because we've been beta testing and everything. When we got it all finished, it looks like we're going to be testing it out tonight. What it does is, one of the complaints that I have, what the heck do you have this writer or that writer? And one of them, kind of comes to mind more than others. I won't tell you who he is, but his initials are Frosty Woolridge. But anyway, what happens is you have the ability to block writers. See, I don't want to censor. Anybody serious? They want to give their thing, be a neocon, a socialist, communist. I don't care. I won't censor. But I gave you the ability to click. They never show up on your computer again. Bunch more stuff about this and an onion piece on Facebook when we come back.